Welcome back, guys. I have an unbelievable video for you today, a breakdown of what to look for on a viewing in 2026. Come inside and I will show you step by step how to do it correctly. Right into the first room, which is the living room in this property. Now, outside, you've got to look at the windows, the doors, the gardens, the front garden, the drive. You have to look at the brickwork to see if there's any noticeable structural issues, as in you can see bricks that are cracked, that look like they've moved. The windows look like they're leaning to one side. Little things that give you an inkling that something might not be right. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. And when you're into the property, you have to start looking at flooring. Can I upgrade the flooring? Does it need replacing? Skirting boards, which is this stuff down here. Does this need replacing, or can I make good of what's there? Central heating, which is the radiators. Are they old? Does it need upgrading? We will take a look at the boiler later on. This is a dado rail. This is 1990, okay? This needs to come off. Then you need to look at the walls. Are the walls in good condition? Now, this wall has got wallpaper. It's got lining paper on there. So when this gets peeled back, you will get a better understanding of what the walls are like. Now, there's two options. You can skim the wall, which means you plaster over the existing wall that's there to get a better finish. Or you can take all of the existing plaster off the wall and put new plasterboards on, which is a reboard and plaster. Now, that's obviously a little bit more money, but you have to judge it on the state of the property in order for you to get the numbers, the money that you need to add value. Look at the ceilings. Do they need to be replaced? Can they be skimmed? Can they be reboarded? And all these things are things that we take into account. Another thing are plug sockets. Where are they based? Okay. Does the house need a rewire? Now, a rewire is where we put all new wires throughout the whole property. It leads to all of the electric sockets, all of the light sockets, and it's all brand new, and we have a consumer unit, which is a metal box. Now, the consumer unit in this house, I don't know where it is at the moment, but let's have a look. And there it is. The consumer unit is in there. That's a metal one. So that one actually passes as compliance and will get us the right certificate. But looking at where the plugs are, if you look here, you can see it down there. I would rewire this whole house, me personally, but I would do that because if I was flipping it, it will bring it up to standard, it will add the value that I need it to add, but it has to be purchased at the right price. So that's the first room. Those are the things I'm looking at, those are the things I expect you to look at. Make a note of everything I've just said, and it will serve you really well in the future. Does the kitchen need an upgrade? In this one, it does. It's not the worst kitchen I've ever seen, but it's not the best kitchen I've ever seen. Now, to upgrade the kitchen, you want to look at, can you add any more space where you've got a kitchen diner maybe? It works better for flips. If you're looking at a buy-to-let, this is absolutely perfect. Now, the boiler is in here. It's in the kitchen. It's not in a cupboard. But the boiler in this house definitely needs upgrading. You can see the age of it. You can see it right here behind me. And that definitely needs upgrading. So when the central heating is taken into account, you look at the radiators, you look at the boiler behind us. And then obviously central heating comes with plumbing as well. So when you're doing the bathroom, if you're putting the shower and the toilets and stuff, a plumber will cover all of those things for you. But in this kitchen, it definitely needs upgrading. The boiler definitely needs upgrading. The walls need skimming, the flooring needs changing, and the doors. The doors are very important. So if you look here, carpentry. Carpentry comes with internal doors. It comes with this stuff here is called architrave, okay? And then inside the door, which is this here, this is a door frame. When we upgrade carpentry in a house to flip, or do the buy, refurbish, refinance, rent strategy, the carpentry will cover internal doors, skirting boards, architrave, door frames. And if you want, you know when you have a staircase where you have the spindles and the banisters, they're all extras. So you need to judge your refurb based on everything that needs doing in order to get the right number. Now we're in the bathroom. And when you're in a bathroom, you look at what bath's in there, what toilet's in there, if there's a shower in there, can you add a shower, what tiles are on the walls or what's on the walls, look at the flooring, because costing a bathroom is different in every single project that you can imagine. Do you want a vanity unit? Are you tiling the whole bathroom or just tiling one wall? Are you going to be using cladding? Are you just literally going to paint the whole bathroom? What's the end user? What type of flooring do you want in there? Do you want tiles? Do you want vinyl? You have to make all these decisions based on your end user and what value you're trying to add, because everybody wants it to look like the Instagram show reel, but the budget isn't there, and that's why you can't find the deals. As you come up the stairs, these are the spindles and the banister that I'm talking about. These are extra. These are not usually covered in the carpentry quote as an original refurb. These will be approximately, if you have it all the way down the stairs that side, which this house hasn't got, this here and that there, you're probably looking at around £750 to £1,000 to have it done professionally. And then if you have the glass, which a lot of people do, you're probably looking in a house like this about £1,500 to £2,000. So it's not cheap, but sometimes it's needed. Inside this property, we have Artex on the ceilings. Now, this is an old school form of decoration, and some Artex contains asbestos. And to remove asbestos, you have to get a professional company in. You will get a certificate in case the council come down and ask you any questions. And people overlook that because if the neighbours know it's there, they usually report you. Not every neighbour, sorry. The neighbours are the ones that usually report you, and you get a little knock on the door, and it's just best to do things correctly, in my opinion. We have here a single radiator, okay? Now this single radiator indicates that the radiators need upgrading. It doesn't necessarily mean that the boilers need upgrading, because one thing that's out there is a government grant scheme for boilers. So people get given a grant in order to upgrade the boiler, but it only allows them to upgrade 3 radiators normally in the house, because it's a certain amount of money and companies out there do 3 radiators and the boiler. So when you see these radiators on a Rightmove, On the Market or Zoopla picture, don't necessarily start breaking down thinking you need to upgrade the boiler, because sometimes they are brand new in older properties. Also, when you're walking around properties, keep an eye out things for like damp, mould, condensation. Now, not everything that you see where it's black is damp. It can just be mould from bad ventilation and air circulation in properties, so it's not an expensive fix. But take a damp meter with you on a viewing, take a laser measure with you on a viewing, because these will help you when you're trying to get room sizes. If you're looking for a HMO, it will help you with the severity of damp when you see it in certain places. Remember when you look at chimney breasts like this one here? So if you come around here and you have a look at this chimney breast, right? This chimney breast here is solid brick. Now, a lot of damp can come from chimney breasts because the top's open, they're open all the way down, and it can cause a real bad problem with them. Now, if you're keeping the chimney breast in the house and it's got damp, make sure it's treated correctly, because if you're keeping the property and you're not flipping it, that can come back to bite you in the arse. That was a quick tour of a property, what you should look for on a viewing. Now I'm going to break it down step by step for you so you understand it. First and foremost, you want to look at the windows and the doors from the outside. You want to look at the front garden and the back garden and make a list of what needs replacing to make value in order to upgrade, to make it a better property. So slabs, turf, fence panels, what can you do to make the property better? Okay, then when you come inside, you've got to look at the plastering, the walls. Do they need fully plastering? Can it be reboarded and re-skimmed, which is more expensive? Carpentry, does it need new internal doors? Does it need new skirting board? Does it need new architrave? Does it need a rewire? Does it need new central heating, new radiators, new boilers? What do you do to the bathrooms? Does it need a new bath? Does it need a new sink? Does it need a new toilet? Can I knock any walls out in order to create space to have an open plan kitchen diner or an open plan kitchen living area? Do you want to put bifolding doors in the property? That's a big one. Now, that's when you're flipping. If you're doing the BRRR, it's probably not necessary. What flooring needs to be put into the property? Do you want laminate flooring in the living room? Do you want carpet in the living room? Carpet on the stairs? Do you want LVT? Do you want tiles in the kitchen? Is it going to be a HMO where you can use vinyl? You need to make all of these decisions. It's very important. Can you render the property, the outside of it? Can you add value by making more bedrooms? Can you add an ensuite? Can you get a downstairs toilet? Can you get a utility room? All of these things need to be taken into account for what you're going to be doing with the end user of the property. If you're flipping it, you've got to look at the end user based on the demographics of the area. If you're using it as a buy, refurbish, refinance, rent, in order to grow your portfolio and create that generational wealth, what do you need to put in there that's long lasting for you so you don't need to keep making repairs every 2 to 3 years? If it's a HMO, how do I get more rooms out of the HMO and meet the government guidelines so the regulations and legislations are met? These are all of the things that you guys need to take into account when you are viewing property. Now, every Thursday, I run the Property Education Show at 7 p.m. It's a free live webinar directly with me where I teach you guys how to do property correctly. I never miss a Thursday at 7 p.m. Now, I can teach you how to flip. I can teach you how to do the BRRR. I can teach you how to buy at auctions. I can teach you how to do HMOs. I can teach you how to build multi-blocks. I can teach you how to do flat conversions, raise finance, limited company versus your personal name, how to use social media correctly, how to get your mindset into the right place. Actually, in fact, I can change your life.